What's going on YouTube? My name's Corey. Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be taking you on a tour of my desk setup for 2022. Okay, so let's talk about my setup. So I use this desk mainly for video editing, being productive, getting inspired to make video content for you guys, and as well as just hanging out. So let's talk about the computers that are powering up this setup. So first is my MacBook. So this is a M1 MacBook Air. I got this a couple weeks ago. I've been using it for everything. I've been doing all of my edits for these new videos that have been coming out. I'm learning to code with it, as well as doing some light photo editing as well. It's been fantastic. I am going to be doing a review on it. So make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel and make sure you guys don't miss that video. I also did a video on this laptop, and if I thought you should buy the M1 over the M2, I'll leave that linked right here or right here, one of the places. I'll link it right here. Overall, I've really enjoyed the laptop. All right, moving on to the PC that you see behind me. So this is a build that I did back in 2020 during COVID. So it's a little older, but I originally had built this PC to kind of do everything. So I'll leave the specs somewhere on the screen, probably gonna be right here. And this build was designed originally to do video editing, gaming, streaming, and kind of be a jack of all trades and kind of a master of none. So it was pretty good at each one of those tasks, but it never really excelled at anything. I've recently been having some issues with it, which is kind of the reason why I bought the MacBook. Also another reason being that I tore my ACL. So if you guys didn't watch that video yet, I'll leave that link below as well. With tearing my ACL, I wanted to be a little bit more mobile and be able to take something over to my bed or over to my couch and still be able to do the video editing. So that's why I went with the MacBook Air. So my desk is the Carlby countertop from Ikea. I'm sure you guys have seen this all over YouTube. I love the actual look of the desk. It's not actual wood, I don't believe, but the vinyl that they put on top of it makes it look like real wood. I absolutely love how the desk has held up over the last year and a half to 2 years that I've had it. There hasn't been any sag in the middle, and it's just held up really well over the last couple years. So the desk is sitting on top of two Alex filing cabinets. I went with white because it was the theme I was going with when I first did the setup, but that is one of the things I plan on upgrading in the next, I would say 6 months or so. I plan on upgrading to a sit-stand desk, and I may or may not keep them. I'm not really sure yet. All right, what's on top of my desk? Let's start with the mat. It's from a company called Canoodle, I believe is how you pronounce it. It's a 31 by 15 leather mat that I bought off of Amazon. The mat is super cheap, but it doesn't feel cheap. I think it was like $9 on Amazon, but the leather feel, it has a non-stick grip on the bottom of it, and it feels fantastic. Over the last couple of weeks that I've had it, I've had absolutely no complaints. It does its job, and I absolutely love the color. It gives a little bit of pop to the desk as well. Okay, moving on to the light. So this light was actually bought from Ikea as well. I tried really hard to find the link for this so I could put it in the description below. And by the way, all the links to the products that I can find are going to be linked. Some of them are going to be affiliate links. So if you are looking to buy some of these products, it'd be really appreciated if you could help the channel out by hitting one of those links, and then it takes you to Amazon and you can buy whatever you're looking to buy on there. But the light bulb actually came from Home Depot as well. The light bulb itself was like $12, and I just like the vibe of the light. For desk speakers, I'm using my Charge 3 from JBL. It is a super old speaker. I think they're up to like Charge 5, but I bought this a few years ago and I absolutely fell in love with it. It's super easy to connect to Bluetooth. I know it's super old, but I take this thing absolutely everywhere. I take it to the beach. It's waterproof, it's shock resistant, and for what I use it for, it's fantastic for a desk speaker. It's easy to switch between my phone and my computer. The Bluetooth is really responsive, and the sound quality is just fine for what I need it for. The microphone on the desk is a Blue Yeti. I have it attached to a cheap microphone arm that I found on Amazon. It's really cheap, but it does its job as well. I use the Blue Yeti whenever I'm doing voiceovers for my videos, as well as when I was gaming. It was the microphone that I used whenever I was streaming. I've had this microphone for about 2 years, and for the price, it's really hard to beat the quality that you get out of the microphone for the price. All right, let's move on to the docking station that I have for my setup. So I have my MacBook hooked up to the CalDigit TS3 Plus Thunderbolt 3 dock. This dock allows me to hook up my monitor as well as gives me 3 USB 3.1 ports. It gives me 2 additional USB-C ports as well. It gives me that display port, which is what I use to hook up my external monitor. It also gives me a SD card slot for my camera, so that's how I use all of my camera footage. I just use an SD card, plug it right into the front of it, and I can have access to all of the photos and videos right on my computer. I've only had this dock for a short time, but in the short time that I've had it, I absolutely love it. It gives me all the connectivity that I could possibly need, especially with my MacBook Air. I don't really need any additional ports because it gives me all the ports that I need. The only thing I can say is that over the last couple of weeks, I've noticed if I'm using the dock really hard or doing multiple things with it, it does get a little bit warm. And if I take the SD card out, sometimes that's warm. But other than that, I absolutely love the dock and I wouldn't change or upgrade it. So the SD that I choose to use is the SanDisk Extreme Portable SSD. It has 1 terabyte of storage in it. It's extremely fast with read speeds up to 1,000 megabytes per second, which is what allows me to transfer all of my photos over very quickly, as well as I actually edit off of it, and it's blazing fast. So I absolutely recommend you picking up one of these. It's not the cheapest drive out there, but it does a fantastic job and it's very fast. Moving on to my external monitor that I'm using right now. So my monitor is a 27-inch 1440p HDR gaming monitor from Asus. I got this monitor a couple years ago and I definitely plan on upgrading sometime soon, hopefully in the next month or two. I want to upgrade to an ultra wide curve monitor. I bought this a couple years ago when I was into gaming, so I definitely took advantage of the 1 millisecond response time and the motion blur that Asus put into the Tough Gaming series. But now that I'm not gaming and I'm just doing video editing and photo editing, I kind of want something that's a little bit more color accurate, as well as I don't need the 1 millisecond response time, and I'm just looking for something that's a little brighter. So this only gets up to 350 nits of brightness, and whenever I'm editing or actually just looking at the monitor in general, especially if I have this window open right here, it's really hard for me to see the monitor. And that low light settings, like that's really the only time that I can see the monitor well. So I'm definitely going to be looking to upgrade that soon. So I do use 2 different mice. I use 2 different mice. I use 2 different mice when I'm sitting at my desk. So whenever I'm using my PC, I will use the Corsair Nightsword RGB. The only thing I don't like about this mouse is that it's wired. So if I wanted to use it with my PC and my Mac, I would have to unplug it each time. So that's why I started using, and I actually picked up the MX Master 3 mouse from Logitech. I'm sure you guys have seen this all over YouTube. I absolutely love this mouse. Hands down the best mouse I've ever used. It fits in my hand perfectly, and it's great for productivity. A couple cool features about this mouse is, 1, the vertical scroll wheel, which is perfect for video editing. And one of my favorite features about this mouse is it allows you to connect to 3 different devices and be able to switch from each device. So you can have your MacBook hooked up, then your PC, and then maybe your work laptop, which is exactly how I have it hooked up. And all you have to do is hit this little button right on the bottom and it will switch back and forth. And it's pretty responsive as well. I haven't had any issues with the Bluetooth connection. I do also have an Amazon Alexa Show 5 on my desk. I use it for a couple things really. I use it to play music sometimes. Show me the time is probably the biggest thing I use it for when I don't have my computer up, as well as if I need to quickly spell something or figure out the definition of something. I just say, hey, blah, blah, blah. I'm not gonna say it. And then just say, hey, how do you spell this? And it's pretty useful and I enjoy having it on the desk. So one of the biggest reasons why I haven't invested in desk speakers at this point is because I'm usually wearing headphones when I'm sitting at my desk. And my headphones of choice whenever I'm sitting here are the Sony XM4s, which are hands down the best noise canceling headphones I've ever used. Over the ear headphones, I should say, because the AirPods Pro, which I'll go into a little bit as well, they're also really good for noise cancellation. But over the ear headphones, hands down the best noise cancellation. Gives you great sound quality as well. And it's really nice because it hooks up to Bluetooth, so I just hook up to my MacBook Pro whenever I'm sitting here and I'm either listening to a YouTube video or just listening to music to get into the zone to write a script or whatever the case may be. I like to put these on while I'm at my desk and just kind of vibe out. If you guys are interested in a review on that, again, let me know in the comment section below. I may or may not be doing a review on them, not sure yet, so just want to hear your feedback. And if I don't want to go for something over the ear, a lot of the times what I will do is just use my AirPods Pro. I absolutely love these headphones. These normally travel with me everywhere. I got these as a Christmas gift from my in-laws as well, and I just absolutely love them. I would say these are the best headphones I've ever used. They are fantastic sound quality. They fit in my ears perfectly. I know a lot of people don't have that luxury, but I think they fit in my ears perfectly. They do a really good job at noise canceling, but I absolutely love these. A lot of times I'll put these on whenever I am at my desk as well, if I don't want to go for an over-the-ear setup. So that was my desk setup for 2022. I really appreciate you guys sticking to the end of this video. If you guys could hit the red subscribe button at the bottom of the video, it really helps out, as well as leave a comment and like the video. Helps out the channel immensely. I will be doing some updates as well on the channel. Probably going to be updating a couple things on the desk. So if you guys did like any of this stuff, let me know in the comments, as well as kind of just give me your overall thoughts of the video. I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.